This is 9.4 of Algebra. Okay, so the zero product property says that if A times B is 0, okay, then A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0, right? Because like 3 times 0, well, that's 0. Or 0 times 6, that's 0. So we can use this to solve for our solutions, okay? So let's look at A. We've got x plus 1 times x minus 5, and it equals 0. So since they're multiplying and it equals 0, one of them has to be equal to 0. So we set up two equations. X plus 1 equals 0, and x minus 5 equals 0, right? So I just set this equal to 0, and then I set this equal to 0, and I solve those. So minus 1, x is equal to negative 1. Plus 5, x is equal to 5. So those are my two solutions. A lot easier than graphing, probably. Let's try another one. 2x plus 3 and x minus 4 equals 0. So they're multiplying, right? So I'm going to set 2x plus 3 equal to 0. And I'm going to set x minus 4 equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 3. We get 2x is equal to negative 3. Divide by 2. We get that x is equal to negative 1.5. Solve my other one. I add 4. X is equal to 4. And there are my solutions. So let's take it one more step, add a little bit more work in there. So what we need to do now is we need to factor it first, right? And the other ones we were doing, they were written already in parentheses. This one isn't, so we're going to have to do a little bit more work. So we're looking for numbers that multiply to negative 14. So we get 1 and 14, 2 and 7. And I'll make those first numbers negative, and then 1 and negative 14, and 2 and negative 7. And we're looking for the one that adds to negative 5, which would be this pair. So I'm going to factor this to be m plus 2, m minus 7, and it still equals 0. Now I can do exactly what I did in the last one. So the only thing that's different is that you need to actually factor the problem. So I'm going to do m plus 2 equals 0, and m minus 7 equals 0. Minus 2, m is equal to negative 2. Plus 7, m is equal to 7. And there's my solutions. So, exactly the problem we just did, except for now you gotta factor it, is all. Okay, and sometimes it's not written in standard form, okay? So we've got this problem here. X squared plus 14x is equal to negative 49. So whenever we are factoring, or whenever we need to factor it, right, and set the two equations and set them equal to 0, all the ones we did before was always equal to 0. It didn't have a number, okay? So we need to move that number over. So I need to get rid of that and make it 0. So I'm going to add 49 to both sides. So x squared plus 14x plus 49 equals 0. And now we can start factoring, right? The last one we just did was equals 0. And that's why we could go straight to factoring. So when you're going to factor it, make sure it's equal to 0 first. So we're looking for numbers that multiply to 49. So 1 and 49, 7 and 7, and it needs to add to 14. So there's our winner right there. So now we can factor that. X plus 7, x plus 7, and it's equal to 0, remember, right here, right? So I set up my two equations. X plus 7 is equal to 0. X plus 7 is equal to 0. Minus 7. We get that x is equal to negative 7. And we get that x is equal to negative 7 again. Do I really have to write those twice? No, only one of those is technically going to be your answer, right? If you picture this on a graph, what's happening is that it's just touching once, right? That's where we get the one solution if the vertex is on the x-axis. And there's your homework.